Student, today I am taking class 8 social science geography chapter 6 human resource. My dear student, why we call human as a resource? Because humans are very important, because whatever the natural resources are available in the earth, they are used by the humans by their skills and knowledge. That is why humans act as a resource and they are very important. Whatever the natural products are available, by skills and technologies and by knowledge, we are developing these, using this resource and creating new type of goods that we are using in our daily life. Now, people are considered as a greatest resource, because it was a human being who put this nature and its resource into use according to the needs and abilities. Now, hence human resource is called ultimate resource also. Now, we will see here how the distribution of population in the world, it will be same everywhere? Why there is a difference? So you can see the distribution of populations, the way in which the peoples spread across the earth surface. So this is known as pattern of population distribution. Do you know? The distribution of population in the world is extremely uneven. It is not equal everywhere. Why? Because we are having different physical features. Due to this, that there is a difference and diversity. Now, more than 90% of the world populations lives in about 30% of the land surface. Here the most populated area. Very crowded. So we can divide this high populated density and low populated density. So very crowded place are, some are very crowded, high population found in the north of the equator, like Southeast Asia, Europe, Northeastern North America. Almost the 3/4 of the world peoples live in these two continents, Asia and Africa. Do you know the less crowded areas are the low population densities? Some area less crowded are low population include high, mostly the area which is covered with high latitude areas, some tropical desert, high mountains, areas of equilateral forests, and mainly the area which is situated near the south of equator. These areas are very low density population places. Now, most populated countries of the world, near about 60% of the world population, mostly they reside in just 10 countries, and all of them have more than 100 million people are living. Do you know? Which is shown in given bar graph. You just see here these graph. See, population in millions. We can China, India, USA, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Russia, Japan. Which is the highest population? We can see China, after that India, then USA, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, Russia, and Japan. So these are the graphs of most populous countries. We can see what is called the density of the population. Do you know? Population density is the number of living in unit of the earth's surface. So in this way we can take the population density. Do you know the density of a particular region is calculated by dividing the population of the region by its area. So the density of population is normally expressed as per square kilometer. What are the factors affecting the distribution of population? We can see there are some places are densely populated and some are the less. So some are the climatic factors. First one is some geographical factors which affect the population density of the regions. First one is topography. The most suitable place where the people prefer to live, they are plain area rather than mountains and plateau. Why? Because these areas are very suitable for farming activities, manufacturing and service activities. So these areas are densely populated. We can see in our northern plain area, they are heavy density populated. Now, for example, the Ganga plains are the most densely populated area of the world, while the mountains like Andes, Alps and Himalaya, they are very sparsely populated area. What are the factors? First, second factor is the climate. People usually avoid extreme climate like that very hot or very cold. So such as Sahara Desert, polar regions of Russia, Canada and Antarctica. Here we can see less population. Soil. Fertile soil provides suitable land for the agriculture. Fertile plains such as Ganga and Brahmaputra in India and Huang He Chang Jiang in China and Nile in the Egypt. So these are densely populated because there is a good fertile soils are available. Next, water. People prefer to live in those areas where fresh water is easily available. Do you know the river valleys of these worlds, wherever the river valleys, we can see these areas are covered by the densely populated. While when we see the deserts, there are very less populations, sparse populations are living because there is a crisis of water in this scarcity of water. Now, minerals. Areas with mineral deposit are more populated. Diamond mines of South Africa and discovery of oil in the Middle East, it established a new human settlement over there. Now, what is the population change during these decades? The term population change means refers to change in the number of peoples during some specific time. So you see the population of the world is never stable. Now population is an increase due to changes. How it will be? Due to number of births and the deaths. 1800, the world population grows steadily but slowly till 1800. Now large numbers of the babies were born, but due to some improper health facilities and insufficient food availabilities, they died earlier. In 1804, we can see the world population reached 1 billion, and 155 years later when we see in 1959, so you can see the world population reached up to 3 billion, which was considered a population explosion of the world. Do you know in 1999, 40 years later, the population doubled to 6 billion with better, how it will be? Because of the better health facilities and due to the development in medical science. So now you can see the number of the death rates is lower than before. Now what are the factors which affecting the population change? There are the factors which affecting the population change are as follows. Number one, birth rate. Do you know? It is a statistic that measure the number of live births per 1,000 people. Means in per 1,000 people, how many newborns? Death rate. It is a statistically that measure that number of death per 1,000 people. What is called the natural growth rate? You see the natural growth rate, the difference between the birth rate and the death rate of a country, that is called natural growth rate. Do you know the rapid increase in the natural growth rate is main cause in increasing the world population. Now, what is called the migration? Migration means moving from one place to another. It is the movement of the people in and out of an area. Migration takes place within the country or between the country. So you can, what is the reason of the cause of migration? Why the people move from one place to another? So causes mostly we can see in general the internal migration that take place from less developed to the more developed nation. Why the people are moving? They are moving in search of better employment and good livelihood opportunities. That is why they are leaving the country and move to other countries. As some same migration take place within country also, where the large numbers of people, mostly you can see they are moved from rural area to urban area. Why? In search of better livelihoods facilities like employment, good education and health facility. That is why the people move from village to urban areas. What is called out migration or immigration? Means when people leave a country, it is called immigration, and the person who leave the country is called emigrant. Now, for example, Sudan, a country has experienced a loss in population due to immigration. Now, immigration or immigration means when the people enter a new country is called immigration, and the person who arrives in a country, it is called immigrant. For example, US and Australia, they have gained in number by immigration. The population is increased. Now, what are the patterns of population change in the world? So, you see rates of the different population growth in different parts of the world. For example, some countries like Kenya has a high population growth rate, still remains high, leading to high growth rates. Other countries we can see that like United Kingdom is experienced both low death and low birth rates. Now, population composition, what does it mean? The structure of the population with various aspects like you can see age, sex, literacy, health facilities, occupations and income, etc. These all are comes under population composition. Do you know population composition of countries? It can be studied by population pyramid or by age sex pyramid structure, you can understand. So, what are the characteristics of this population pyramid or age sex pyramid? So, you see the total population is divided into various age groups. For example, 5 to 9 years or 10 to 14 years. So, in this way we can measure the age pyramids. So, the percentage of the total population, it will be subdivided into males and females of each of these groups, age groups. Now, with the help of its shape, one can easily identify the different age groups of the country. You see 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, then 30 to 24, 35 to 39, 30 to 31, 35 to 39, 40 to 44, 45 to 49, 50 to 54, 55 to 59, 60 to 64, 65 to 69, 70 to 74, 75 to 79, 80 to 84, 85. These are the age group years and these are the person. These are the male and these are the female. So, in this way we are taking total age group of the country and population. Do you know the shape of this population pyramid of the country is indicative a lot of information of the country. The size toward the bottom may be used. It estimates the birth rate. These are the birth rate, while the size toward the top, it estimates the death. So, you can see the birth rate is more and in the top the death rate is less. Population pyramid, it also tells about dependent groups. Dependent means now they are dependent on the parents. The youngster age 0 to 15. Then senior citizens age 65 and above are said to fall under the dependent groups. Mostly they are dependent on the parents and senior citizens. So, they are considered economically inactive because they are not doing any job and they are dependent on the working class for their livings. So, the middle age group constitute the working class. Near about 15 to 60 in India, 15 to 66 years are considered as a working class peoples. Now, example you can see some population composition of some countries like we can see Kenya. The pyramid of Kenya show broad base and rapidly narrow top. It is narrow, which shows that there are both high birth rate and death rate, means both are equal. So, because although many children, what are the reason? Many children are born and a large percent of them are die in their infancy. So, very few become adults and there are very few old people. That is the pyramid of Kenya. Next, India. The population pyramid of India showed decreasing death rates, especially amongst the very young peoples. So, the pyramid is broad in the younger age groups because more infants survive to the adulthood. So, you can see this in the graph. The pyramid of India show large number of young peoples, which means there is a strong and expanding labor force are available. You can see these are the population pyramid of India. You see it is increasing male and female rates. Japan. The population of pyramid of Japan shows that low birth rate which becomes a pyramid narrow at the base. They are narrow and then again it will be increased like this. To decrease that rates which allow the number of peoples they can reach up to the old age. So what we can conclude about this? We conclude that skilled, spirited and hopeful young peoples with a positive outlook are the future of the nation, and they must be educated, and if they provide equal opportunities and skills, so they become able and productive. So if we want to make our young generation productive, so all the country, the government have to take steps for their education, skills, knowledge and training. So in this way they will become better quality of the human resource. Thank you. So today we had finished. In the next class I take history.